All right, we are back with the medium with the message, Matt Fraser, and we're talking about healing from the past. I need to be a reading on Nicole. So funny when we were watching you on the street and you just were going up and reading people right off the street.
Fascinating.
Yeah.
Absolutely, because a lot of people don't realize that a medium is basically just another way for you to connect with your loved ones on the other side. What, basically happens is that as a medium, your loved ones see that as a connection to reach you here in the physical world. It's almost like they see it almost like a telephone or a way that they can communicate with you, pass on message, and more importantly, provide closure. Because that's one of the things that is so heart-wrenching when somebody passes. A lot of times you have that, I want to say that baggage that you hold on to. Like, is this something I could have done? Was there something else that could have happened? Did they catch this in time? Could I go back and change the past? And that's where the healing takes place, is really reconnecting with that person and being back in touch with that person, whether it be through signs and symbols or a dream or connecting with the medium, because sometimes just knowing is healing in itself.
That's awesome. All right, so Nicole, are you ready?
I'm ready.
And speaking, I think that it all just happens like at the perfect time that you came on segment with me, because as I was right here, I kept hearing like of this person that was on life support that had passed. Who was this to you?
That was my grandfather.
Okay, so know that he'd be stepping forward with you, because all of a sudden I kept hearing my head, meaning about the fact that there was either issues with his head at the time, or there was head that was affected that had either caused him to be on life support or had caused his passing here in this physical world. Because one of the things that he had said to me is that even if he would have been off of this, he says, I wouldn't have been able to recover. He said that his body was not strong enough on the inside, and that's one of the messages that he had to go and pass on. He says, because there was so many questions that my family had if they were making the right decision. He says, and more importantly, about getting them to take him off of life support and to make that decision. He had said to me that one of the hardest things was about the fact that they had multiple doctors come in or multiple doctors look at him. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Because he's going over to me, when I see all reports in front of me, it's their way of showing me that they're going through all the doctor's reports, all the notes. They're looking to see if there was any other way that they could have kept him alive. And one of the things is, like, he's smiling on the other side. Because you remember that when somebody goes to the other side or when they pass on, that all of their illness leaves them. Yeah. And when he's stepping forward to me, he's got a smile from ear to ear, and he said to me, you know that that's not the way that I would have wanted to live life.
No.
He says, I would have not wanted to live life on a trach, he says, or having to, receive artificial, oxygen or means of life support. He says, that's not me. Mm-hmm. He says that one of the things is that his family let him go so peacefully here in this physical world. And did he actually pass like right around a birthday, or because he's talking about a birthday party, and I keep seeing balloons like being
yeah, I could see there were balloons. It was around the 4th of July.
Oh, okay.
It was on the 4th of July when everything happened.
Oh, when he passed?
Yeah.
I didn't know if that was it or what it was, because he was showing me the hospital room. We kept seeing balloons, and it looked like everybody was celebrating to me. So it's his way of letting you know that during that last celebration that you all had with one another, that he's remembering that of him going to the other side. He said because one of the things is that everybody was able to see him and communicate with him, and more importantly, get to say goodbye. He says, even though I couldn't speak to you, he says, and even though I couldn't tell you, he says, how I was feeling or what was going on, because he tells me it all happened so suddenly, he is letting you know that he heard and more importantly felt you all right around them and with you right at that exact moment.
Wow.
He actually sends your family signs all the time to let you know that he's there. Because he tells me like that he's going to everybody in dreams. Do you all get the different dreams of him?
Yeah.
Because he actually showed me him going from one person to another to another to another. And he tells me you need to stop redecorating your house. Like, are you constantly changing all the furniture or whatnot? Because he's in your house right now and he's going through like all your drawers and everything.
Oh my gosh, yeah, he was one for arranging a lot of things too, but.
Because he's laughing, because he's like rearranging heaven on the other side and telling me here that these are things that you still do here in this world. And he's saying, he says, can't you just keep anything still for 1 minute? And he said to me that you really wanted reassurance or validation that he was going to be with you on your wedding day and that he was going to be watching over from the other side.
Wow.
No, it's his way of letting you know that he's going to be there, he sees everything, and more importantly, his love is with you 24/7.
Wow.
And this is really what the messages are on the other side, is that sometimes you need a little bit of that closure or that healing to know not only was the right decision that you made, but more importantly that, love never dies, it only continues. It's a never-ending circle.
Wonderful. Oh, I'm so happy that was
Told
great.
you.
I wasn't wearing my waterproof mascara today.
She's dripping everywhere.
Live event September 30th, 6:30 to 8:30 p.m. in Bridgeport, so you can go see Matt Fraser and maybe get a reading as well. We'll have all the information on betterct.com. Thanks, guys.
Thank you. Somebody get him a tissue.
I know, we'll get you a tissue, Nicole.
All right.